big New Game Plus update for Marvel Spider-Man 2 has been out for a while now, and a lot of people have been able to jump in and enjoy it. Lots of quality of life fixes in there, which is great. New Game Plus obviously has arrived now, which is fantastic, but we're Spider-Man fans. We cannot stop suggesting ideas that we want to see, and I've compiled a list, some that are realistic that a lot of people are requesting that I would love to see in future quality of life updates, and some that are kind of pie in the sky. The first one being obvious. You know, we can change the time of day. That's great. I would love as well if we had a weather option. In Spider-Man Miles Morales, you can add in light, heavy, or medium amount of snow. In Spider-Man 2, would be great if you can add that option for rain. I just would love to be swinging around free roam in New York with the heavy rain and the lightning. The photo mode options would be endless. I would love as well if there was a feature for you guys to hit the thumbs up button on this video. I'm not sure if they're going to add that, but Insomniac, that would be great. And there's still a ton of more suggestions that I want to get into, and we're going to go over the... Oh, sorry guys, I got a bit of a text here. Hi, we've got a brilliant idea for the Marvel Strikeforce 6th anniversary. We want to host an awards ceremony to honor some of the game's characters, so we need your help to choose the winners. Yeah, let's give out some awards to some Marvel Strikeforce characters. The most iconic outfit award has got to go to my boy Symbiote Spider-Man. I always love this Symbiote suit, and it looks so good in this game. Most intriguing backstory has got to go to Deathpool. I mean, being the daughter of Deadpool is as intriguing as it could get. Most powerful antagonist award. I mean, how could you not give this to Dr. Doom? Ultimate Team Player award, another one. I mean, it's just a lock for Captain America. And then most supporting character award. I mean, who else has got your back more than Cyclops from the X-Men? And hey, for those who don't already know, Marvel Strikeforce is a mobile squad RPG that allows you to battle with your favorite team of superheroes and supervillains in a fight to save the universe against threats like Dr. Doom and Apocalypse. And like I said, they're celebrating their 6th anniversary. There has never been a better time to jump in and play Marvel Strikeforce. Download it today. And hey, nominate some of your own characters in the comments section below for some of the awards that we just gave out. If you want me to sweeten the deal for you, well, they got some promo codes going on right now. Head to that link in the description box below, follow the simple steps, and then you can enter the promo code MSF6 for 310 Deadpool shards, 500 power cores, and 5 premium orbs if you're a new user. If you've already played the game, you can use the promo code NIGHT to receive 15 Nightcrawler shards, 500 power cores, and 5 premium orbs. There's tons of content, so jump in right now for Marvel Strikeforce and celebrate that 6th anniversary. Scan the QR code on screen if you'd like to get started right now. Thank you very much to Marvel Strikeforce for sponsoring today's video, and with that being said, let's get back into it. And alright, as we jump back into it, this is another one that a lot of people have been suggesting, and I think that we really need to see this added into Marvel Spider-Man 2 at some point in the future. When you beat the game, there are a couple of suits that you normally would see them using the Iron Arms for when you're doing the boost or the jump while traversing. However, when you're parrying attacks, it's kind of locked to the symbiote after you beat the game. So myself and many other people have suggested, well, it would be really cool if we could have an option in the future, quality of life, of course, if they were to update this and add it into the pause menu like they did with the changing of the time of day and such, to be able to change what is popping up when you land a parry. That way, even if you're equipped with a symbiote suit and you parry an enemy's attack, it's going to be the Iron Arms that pop out. This is very, very minor, I will admit. You know, this is not something that I think Insomniac needs to jump on quick. But hey, if they got the time, I would love to see this added into the game. Again, just for the photo mode opportunities, it would be really fun. And I've mentioned this in previous videos. Again, this is not a pressing issue. This is more of just like a, hey, it would be nice if this happened. And that's the fact that, you know, some of Miles Morales' suits in this game have web wings that don't necessarily match the actual color of the suit. This happens most prominently when you're using a different colorway for a suit. So sometimes the colorway of a suit will make it look blue, but for some reason the web wings end up still being red. Sometimes it looks pretty cool, don't get me wrong, the mismatching of colors can kind of work. But in other instances, just seeing the red web wings just feels off depending on what suit you're using. And I've noticed that sometimes you'll be using a different colorway for a suit that is blue and he'll have blue web wings. So how fun would it be if there were just multiple different colors that matched the actual color of the suit that you were using? Suits that are blue would have the blue web wings, suits that are red would have the red ones naturally, and imagine if there were other colors. Like if you had an all-white suit, you could have white web wings. And if we were to take it a step even further, it'd be awesome if at a point we can go into the pause menu and choose whatever color web wings we want. At the end of the day, I think we really love how many different alternate suits there are in the game, and as well, the colorway system is pretty fun. Some of them are really weird, you know, but hey, that added layer of customization to your character is great. It's why so many people wanted the opportunity to swap the tendril colors. I mean, more than anything, we just wanted to have the black symbiote with the black suits that we were using after you beat the game. But But also, it would be cool if even you were using the anti-venom suit with the black symbiote, something like that. Just that level of customization, players want it. So if we can get that in all aspects of the playable character, being the web wings, being the parry animations, that would be awesome. But let me now jump over to a feature that I feel like is a bit of a pie in the sky suggestion. I don't honestly think Insomniac will ever implement this. In fact, I don't even know if this is something that could be done. I'm not sure how hard it is to implement something like this. It would be really cool, considering now that Peter also has some different symbiote colors with those suit styles they added in the New Game Plus update, if there were multiple different symbiote colors that you could play around with. You know, for instance, that upgraded symbiote suit now has a suit style that makes him look like Carnage. How cool would it be if the tendrils in that instance could be red? Again, I don't think this is actually going to happen. I don't even know how many people out there are suggesting something like this, and I'm not out here like begging Insomniac. I'm not banging on Insomniac HQ saying that they need to add this into the game. But hey, you know, pie in the sky. If we lived in fantasy world, I would love to see it happen. Another pie in the sky. This one is actually probably the most requested feature for Marvel Spider-Man 2. It was something that people were hoping was going to be in the game before it even came out. Once we knew that the symbiote storyline was going to be a huge part of Marvel Spider-Man 2, once we knew that that was going to be something we were going to explore in this game, everyone started to think about one of the other Spider-Man games that explored the symbiote storyline in a really epic way, being Spider-Man Web of Shadows. And of course, one of the most popular features from that game that people loved so much was that with the click of a button, you could switch from Spider-Man's classic red and blues to the symbiote suit, both of them having completely different movesets, which you can switch from on the fly. So, of course, naturally, when we saw that the symbiote was going to be in Marvel Spider-Man 2 and we got the suit and all this, that, and the other, people were hoping that that was a feature that could be in this game. And technically, we do have something to that effect with the Symbiote Surge. When you activate the Symbiote Surge, at least before the recent patch, you would transform into the black suit, or after you beat the game, you would transform into the anti-venom suit, and then you get to go nuts. Now, I don't know if it's been a bug or if this is intentional, but with the most recent patch with New Game Plus and everything, it's now been that when you activate Symbiote Surge, it's still whatever suit you currently have equipped. To be honest, I don't mind it as much because sometimes I'll be using like the Carnage suit style for Peter and I want to go crazy with that Symbiote Surge, but still have that Carnage suit style on. But we still yearn for, we still dream of a day where Marvel Spider-Man 2 can have us just click in the left or right thumbstick or something of that sort, and then boom, you switch from the red and blue suit into the Symbiote suit. Like I said, this is pie in the sky. This is fantasy world. This is the world where we get everything that we want, no matter what. But let's come back to something that's realistic, something that I feel like Insomniac absolutely could implement. Like I said, there are plenty of symbiote suits that we get to use in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Some for Peter, naturally, considering he gets the symbiote in this game, but as well, surprisingly, Miles has got a good selection of symbiote suits to choose from too. And as you know, or as you may have recognized, when you're playing Spider-Man 2 with a symbiote suit for Peter, depending on which one you're using, sometimes you're going to have black webs. This doesn't apply to the Raimi suit because it's actually how it is in the movies. He doesn't have black webs in the movies. But you know, if you're using the classic symbiote suit, if you're using any of the ones that Insomniac created, you're going to have the webs that match that outside of the anti-venom suit. How fun would it be though if, again, you could just go into the pause menu and choose if you want to have the black webs regardless of what costume you're using, and have the black webs work for Miles as well. You know, the anti-venom suit just recently got a brand new suit style that reverses the colors, so it looks more like an actual symbiote costume than it does an anti-venom one. But you don't get, as far as I know, I might be wrong about this, you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, you don't get the black webs with it, because technically you have the anti-venom suit selected. So again, it'd be pretty fun if we could just jump into the pause menu and choose whatever kind of webbing we want. And finally, this one, it's a doozy, okay? I feel like out of all the suggestions that I have, this one's the least likely to ever happen. But if it does, my goodness, would the entire community go crazy. You see, when Spider-Man 2 first came out, we found out that Peter's got a Spider-Verse noir suit. It's one of my favorite costumes in the game. People also noticed that there are some pretty great accessibility features that were available day one for Marvel Spider-Man 2. Specifically, playing around with some of the high contrast options allows you to essentially get a noir filter on the open world. If you go into your visual settings and turn on a high contrast background, it makes everything black and white. And then if you use the noir Spider-Verse suit for Peter, It matches perfectly. And it just got myself and the entire community thinking, what if there were actual filters that we could apply? What if we could have a feature that allows you to apply a full-on Spider-Verse filter on the entire open world? The suits have the Spider-Verse look from the movies, and with Spider-Man Miles Morales came the actual animation style that we got from the movies. And if we look back at previous PlayStation exclusives like Uncharted, they had options in those games to be able to actually change the visual filter of your game. It would be awesome if Insomniac were to work on something like that made the entire world, that made the entire game essentially look like it was a Spider-Verse game. I don't know what this would look like in cutscenes, okay? I don't know how this would look like at all outside of just free roaming around. So that's why it is absolutely positively above every other request in this video. Pie in the sky. But man, we would collectively as a community go ballistic for something like this. As if, at least for me, Spider-Man 2 wasn't already like the definitive Spider-Man experience. This would crank that up to like 1,000. But hey, I imagine there are still a ton of things that people would love to see added into Marvel Spider-Man 2 quality of life fixes for sure. My list is not definitive by any means, and I'm sure that there's stuff that I may have just forgot about that a lot of people would have wanted that I could have included on this list. And what's great about that is that you guys get to sound off with your thoughts in the comments below. So let me know, what features do you still want to see in Spider-Man 2? And of course, you know, if we're going to get some more updates in the future for this game, if we're going to get some new things added, I will make sure to keep you guys updated right here on this channel. So subscribe, turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss a thing. And hey, once again, shout outs to Marvel Strikeforce for sponsoring today's video. Check that link in the description box below. Download the game. With that said, I've been Caboose. I'll see you guys later.